Hello, welcome back to New Day Dairy. I hope you enjoyed getting to meet Birthday and our family last month. This month we're going to show you where Birthday's mom was, where Birthday was born, and then show you where Birthday lives now and where she'll live for the next couple months. So right behind me here, these are all the cows that are going to be having babies in the next couple weeks here on our farm. So Birthday's mom was here in this area for a couple weeks, and so she was able, we were able to keep a good eye on them. And then you can see right here, Vlog, she's eating a special vitamin mix. It's kind of a prenatal vitamin to give her lots of vitamins and nutrients that she needs for having a baby. So Dan kind of keeps really good track, and he can look at them and knows when they're about to have a baby. So when he thinks that they are close to having a baby, then we'll kind of come around here. This is Amara, and we're gonna walk down here, and we can kind of see them. And we walk down here, we'll walk past their beds where they get to sleep. They all just got fed, so they're eating. But these are their beds where they sleep, and we'll find out more about that I think next month or the month after that. But then right here you can tell is a separate area that Dan will bring any of the cows that are about to give birth. And so that way they have their own special area to make sure that, you know, no one's bothering them or anything like that. Most of the time here on our farm, the mama cows are able to have their calves all by themselves. Sometimes Dan has to help a little bit, and every once in a while we have to call the veterinarian, but most of the times the moms have their babies all by themselves. After the calf is born, then Dan, they have their umbilical cord that just naturally breaks during birth, and so he sprays a little iodine on that to make sure it doesn't get infected or anything like that and they get sick. And then he also gives them a little bit of a vaccine as well to make sure that they don't get sick when he's giving them their first bottle. So the mama will lick the baby off for maybe about 30 minutes, a half hour or so. And then after that, he takes the mom to get milked by Rita the robot here at our farm. And you'll get to see that in a couple months as well, how that works. And then brings back to the baby that baby's mom's milk and feeds it to the baby in a bottle. So Birthday got her mom's milk, and so do all of the other calves, and that's a special milk called colostrum. And so they get that here in the barn, and then fairly soon after that, they're ready to go outside to their calf huts. Sometimes in the winter when it's really cold, they'll stay in here for 24 hours to make sure they're all dried off and ready, but they're born with some extra fur and get that extra fur in the winter, and so they're just fine outside. And we're gonna go on outside now and show you where Birthday is living now and where she'll live for the next couple months. So follow me on over there. Hey, now we're out here by Birthday. Birthday, can you say hi to everybody? She is now 6-7 weeks old by the time that you're seeing this video, maybe even 8, which means that she has transitioned off of milk and is now drinking water. So after she was born in the barn where I showed you just a little bit ago, then fairly immediately she comes out here to her little calf hut. What I like to call this area where she and her friends live is a lot like the nursery. So maybe you have a little brother or sister that goes to daycare, and probably the number of teachers that are in their room, they have just a couple teachers or caretakers for each of those babies. And so that's what it is like around here for our littlest calves. The first 3 days, they get to drink milk from a bottle, and that milk is a special kind of milk called colostrum, and it's especially from their mom. After that, they learn how to drink out of their buckets, and you can see Birthday's bucket here is yellow. And so she gets milk in that bucket, you know, from day 4 all the way until about 6 to 8 weeks. Then she starts transitioning off of milk, and she will learn to drink milk from that bucket 2 times a day. So in the morning and the evening, and then she gets some warm water after she drinks that milk, and also in the middle of the day. Her calf hut here, her little house, is bedded down usually with straw. Sometimes we'll also use corn stalks. And so that's after the, here's my little guy Judah coming to join us. So after the corn stalks, so we'll use corn stalks or straw to bed them, and that keeps them warm and dry even in the upcoming winter months. So Birthday, you can see, has a little earring here, and that has a special little number. They get that right away when they're born, so that we make sure that we know exactly who they are, just in case they would get lost or something. We wouldn't want to confuse them with someone else, so we know who her mom is, and all of that information is recorded. So she stays here in the nursery for around 3 months, and then at 3 months she gets to go to preschool, which is quite exciting. Well, she moves to preschool, so Birthday's not quite there yet, but she has some friends over here that are in preschool now. And so these guys, we've got Barry and Francis and Cream and Jody, and so they are in preschool. And so I don't know if you remember going to preschool, but that's where you get to learn to play with friends. They all kind of eat from the same place. So the little tiny babies, we know exactly how much they're eating. If they get sick, we can make sure that we can treat them and get the veterinarian here right away. But for these little guys, they are now in preschool, so they get to learn to eat and play with others. And there's a group of about 4 or 5 sometimes that are in a group like this. And they also, you'll notice, get their little ear tag that have their little earring, and that has their name on it. And so here on our farm, the first letter of the mom's name is the first letter of the calf's name. And so that's kind of a fun way to get to know what we're, to help us think of ideas for what we're gonna name them. So these guys are gonna be here from around 3 months until they're about 6 months old, and then they go to the original farmstead that Dan grew up on and that his great-great-grandpa came to in 1890. So they'll go there for elementary school like you guys are in right now, and middle school and high school. And then when they have their first calf, when they're around 2 years old, then they'll come up here to the barn, and we'll get to show you inside the barn and what that's like in coming months. But we wanted to give you a little bit of a look to see what the rest of the calves are. So here's, if we come around here, you can kind of see the broader range. Here's another one of Birthday's friends that's out here in the area, the calves. And then if you kind of come over here again, you can see here's Birthday, and then she's got a couple friends next to her as well. So do you want to wave, Birthday? Cows can't wave, can they? So maybe she'll just lick or something. Yeah, she's licking for you. So we hope you enjoyed visiting the farm, getting an update on Birthday, and learning what her life is like those first few months of life here at New Day Dairy. We'll see you next month.